Morning. How's everybody doing? For those grieving at lost somebody, all my condolences to you and family, and may God give you the strength. It's not easy to lose somebody, you know, especially somebody close. To lose anybody, even a pet, it's not easy, but when it's somebody closer to you, like Milton, I'm extending, condolences to him and family and everybody else that lost somebody. It seems like these days, for a couple of years now, it seems like death is a new normal. Is like so much wake and condolences being extended. I remember when we were like coming up, you hardly used to have a lot of funeral. It used to be mostly older people, and I mean, one and two younger people used to die. But we got to think that I remember when there weren't a lot of motor vehicles on the road, they used to have a lot of accidents. Bicycle used to knock people down, and motorbikes and donkey cart was the thing. But a lot of people used to die from accidents and stuff like that. But then remember, because technology changed, and now is a lot of different things on the road and different road. Remember, you had one kid to cut the road to drive on, but now it's sad, like what happening all over the world, things happening all over the world. But my point is this morning is like, I just want to extend my gratefulness and thankfulness to a lot of people who used to help me out in Guyana where me and my kids. Things were really wrong sometimes. I have my sister in Guyana. She used to help me out, and I'm very grateful for that. Sometimes, she would extend her hand and, you know, couple friends I'm very grateful for. And I even have an aunt that, one time I went and asked her for some stuff and she made it a whole big scene. She always telling people, oh, I come and ask for a little rice or whatever, whatever. Your family's supposed to be there for you when you're down and out. As a young mom, you don't know what to do, you know. But um, I just want to say that being kind, it goes a far way. I remember when um we first moved when my mom took us to our grandmother to live. That's my father's mother, you know. And I used to be crying all a lot because I never wanted to stay. I always wanted to be with my mother. I think that time we were like in grade. I was supposed to be in grade one, and that's preppy. But then when I came to from St. Ambrose Primary, we used to go there. When I came to Eccles Primary, because my grandmother used to live in the park, Republic Park, more public or Nandi Park. The closest school were Eccles Primary because we had a lot of family used to teach there. Used to teach St. Anne's. I think we had a lot of them used to teach Peter's All Primary. So, because in my mind, Peter's All Primary would have been closer for us to go. But I guess because we had family and then family was living next to the school, my grandmother family, we used to like go over there sometime and sit down and wait for her or something. And well, at that time the sexual abuse had already happened. That was four when it happened. So that already passed and happened. So, like a lot of things used to go on. I used to want to be with my mother, crying as a little girl. The first daughter, but the second child, huh? So my what I'm trying to get at is like I used to cry every day. Every day I remember I used to cry. My grandmother used to put me to kneel down. She used to say, hey, smell this belt because you can get it. Smell it, smell it. Anyway, I had a neighbor used to come over and I used to hear she don't used to come over. She used to stay at the fence in Republic Park. Well, everybody know Honandi Park and Republic Park is like we used to call it big shot areas. It's residential and people who live there be very quiet. People like reserved and people a lot of them got money and stuff. The rich area. And you really used to see people out on the streets and all of that, So, um, I used to be in upstairs hearing her saying, "Give this to the little girl. Give this to the little girl." She would send books, bananas, and clothing and stuff. Give this to the little girl, like gifts and stuff. And it used to help calm me down, and I used to stop crying. That was God right there, right? And one day, I was thinking to myself in my little bitty mind, like, how is she so kind? I used to say, when I grow up, I want to be like her. I used to question my mind, in my mind, is there a school you got to go to learn to be kind? Because I never knew, you're little, you're thinking things. I'm just trying to say that being good and nice to a little child, it goes a far way. You don't know how that thing can impact that child. It's the same way like being bad and rude and treating somebody bad. It can impact that person, you know. And it starts at a very tender age. And it used to calm me down and I stopped crying. I started like, I mean, sometimes when my mother would come and visit, I would cry when she got to leave. But then the daily crying, I wasn't eating. I was just, and I didn't even know I was dealing with trauma or whatever happened. So as I grew, I find it like I have a soft spot if people come and tell me things. Like I just feel like sorry, like I don't want to hear people like going through stuff and all of that, you know. But I didn't even know that I had it within me. So sometimes, some people say things, I would reach out to them, whatever. You care about people. And I'm forever grateful to the people that helped me a lot in Guyana. They know themselves. A lot of male friends, and to my auntie that you helped me, and then you gotta be telling people, oh, you give me a little rice, and you give me this, and you give me that. You're making it a whole big show, but you remember in your time of need, you used to be asking people for stuff too. And they're making it a big thing. But I just want to let y'all know who's sit down laughing that people over here, a lot of people is being in need, and you don't be ashamed to say, oh, I ain't got rice or I ain't got flour or I ain't got. It's not a big laugh over here. It got so much pantries, so much help you could get. Food stamps, it's a card that they put money on and they give you every month to help buy food. The more you cry out that the more you let your situation be known over here, you just get help. It's not a shame. It's not a curse. Nobody over here don't be cussing somebody. You don't even got food feet and have to get your little things. Only your Caribbean family would do that. Or you they line up in line for get food. That's beside the point, right? A lot of y'all family can't come straight and tell y'all, hey, I just go to pantry because y'all gonna laugh. But how much pantries they have in Guyana? Tell me. How much pantries? A lot of people don't say. A lot of people save their money, huh? And go pantries and collect so much stuff. You just get a lot. Sometimes you get a lot of good stuff, but y'all family can't be real with y'all because y'all gonna sit down and laugh. Oh, they left Guyana for their pantry. But if they got a lot more pantries in Guyana, a lot of people won't have to go beg the neighbor for nothing or the family for the cost them and laugh them. Over here is not nothing. People's borrowing money from each other over here. A lot of cost, right? A lot of the churches over here just give back food to people at the end of the mud feed people. How much churches in Guyana does it? And when the Muslim community does it, they got certain churches that feed kids, yeah. But they need to got more stuff like, if anybody know of anything, I don't know, I may be talking out of my league. But I need more stuff like that to give back to the people. So people like single parents got a places to go with dates and everything. Every Tuesday, every Monday, every day people go, people get milk over here, a lot of stuff. But y'all family can't come real. And y'all gonna laugh them, oh. But anyway, at least I still getting for eat when the end of the day come to getting things to cook, whatever. People go and get 2, 3 bags of goods and stuff. Now y'all gonna laugh them, right? And when they come to you, have to ask, y'all gonna make it a big thing. Oh, my niece come for me. She come with them children. She come with this, whatever. And I'm just grateful for the persons that used to help me a lot in Guyana. And sometimes, when we talking and they say that they need something or they got something, it just hurt me hard for know that, I could get it faster for them to help them. And everybody know me. If I help somebody, I don't really want to talk about it. I don't feel within me is to talk about it. I don't like doing it. But one thing here, when you're doing charities, you gotta make your charity known, because at the end of the year or whatever, you could get back your money that you spent. Right? You have to make all charities known, everything you're giving. So, we come up with the mentality in Guyana that, according to the Bible, it say, don't let your right hand know what your left hand doing, but they don't work here. So if you see somebody posting up something on Facebook that they give charity, you have to make your charities public, because, you know, if you can't prove that you were doing who you're giving it to, that, you could be called like, that could be called embezzlement, you know. So that's the understanding. If you see somebody doing something and making it public, don't think that because it's showing off or a thing. I used to think that way too, because this is how we come up saying, oh, you can't put your things public. You have to make all charities public. And you have to prove that, oh, I gave Jimmy two thing, or I gave this one, You have to prove it. So it's not nothing really that bad. But my point is that friends used to help me in time of need. And we're not all perfect human beings. We're not. This person might have an anger problem. You could see through that person anger. You could see through this. You could see through that. But sometimes that is the same person that is there to help you in times of need. And you have to see past all that issue and according to you imperfection, because you're perfect. Me friends, them imperfect. I could call one named Brian that was there for me. He used to got big ding a ling a ling a ling a ling. But at the end of the day, if I pick up the phone and say Brian, he would fly down, and I'm so grateful to him. You know, he was the one that gave me first sewing machine and helped me for sew and all kind of thing until I got a good one. I took the sewing machine and I could have give somebody else when I got another one. He was always there. It doesn't mean that he perfect and he's supposed to suck up while telling the into it. And that's how I stay. If I see somebody that could reach out to me and help me, I look and past all the flaws, because it don't matter to me. It's not easy for somebody sit down and listen to your problem and help you. It's like if you got two friends. One is a perfect Christian, according in your eyes. They're going to church every day. They're playing gospel music. There's the best. They don't miss church. Everything good about them, perfect in your eyes. And you got the other person, you got the other friend will line up on the corner with his cuss and carry on. They play the godly, but inside them and godly when they open them out, whatever. One day, you're in need. You're praying, ask God, who forgot to. God ain't answering you. God giving you the notion for go to the one cussing for the car now. But you're going to go to the one because the one is perfect. You're going to the one that going to church and perfect and playing gospel and hi. And you know what I say one gonna tell you? What perfect the good Christian? Go brother, you don't tights. Sister, you don't tights your money. Go and pray harder to God. Go and throw tights and pray hard and say, oh, God can bless you. And I'm gonna pray for you, right? And give you a good when I go to church today, I can give you a good I'm gonna pray good for you to God. That He bless your life. You gotta come to church, man, and throw the tithes in you so God can bless you. You really need this money, You're really in need. You're at the breaking point. The breaking and breaking point. You don't know what more to do. You don't need the perfect one. You got up in the car now. You got a friend might see and say, Mom, why you looking so down? What happened? I started crying and said, man, I'm in a real tight situation. I don't know what to do. Maybe this person imperfect in your eyes because them and doing things according to your standard. All you know, the person take out the money and give you and say, man, look, hold this. Whenever you get it, back give me. Or you know what? Keep it. You get to take it and do what you got to do. Which one did God job? According to God, blessed according to the Psalms, blessed is the man who lends to the poor, who gives to the poor. Which one did God job? The one left and gone to church to pray for you, and you still in need, and the one on the corner were imperfect in your eyes, give you something to help you out, and you could always turn to that one. That's how it is with people in life. Some of them want to treat you anyhow and look at your flaws, but they must see when you're there for them and you're in that need. Being in need for something is not a nice thing to tell you, because especially when you don't got nobody else to turn to. You always have somebody in this life. You're always gonna have somebody in this life who's gonna be there for you. And you're gonna always have somebody who you think is there for you is not gonna be there for you. Because if somebody can't listen to you when you in need for something, you in dire need, and they're telling you, I'm gonna pray for you, sister, come to church and throw more tights and pray harder to God and fast and pray. And you need something right away to help you out. That's not your friend. You have to look past your friend flaws, because ain't none of we perfect. You ain't even perfect. Right? You ain't even come near. None of we ain't come near. And that is why God is look at the heart. Because if you of your own imperfect self could listen to somebody and help them out, you are special. You are special. I had my friend Brian, and me and he used to get the big ting-a-ling-ling-ling. But one day my friend say, you know what, I don't believe in Jesus, because the whole story is thing. And I turn and I tell you, I said, well, you can't come back with me, you can't be friends. And then I don't know what happened, but then he turned and he tell me, I'll still give you the machine no matter what. And then when this guy bring this machine on his motorbike, I think he got a friend to bring the sewing machine, because I was home and like my craft stuff, and I had access to a sewing machine. And when this guy bring this machine, something in me touched me, and I turn and I say, well, nah, we have to be friends. I say, I can't disown you because of your beliefs, because I say, the ones them was sitting in there were praising God every Sabbath. They ain't got nothing to give you. They don't have nothing. You want money, he would give you it. He would never say, give me back this money or whatever. And people that we looking at, we want perfection. Perfection is only exist in your mind. You don't know a state of mind a person in, but you want to come into that person for tell them and do them all kind of thing, and they must accept it because they're praying to God and they're going to church and they said is a child of God. Well, sweetheart, if you can't call yourself a child of God, you're a child of the devil. We are all sons and daughters of God. Isn't the word saying that? We got accepted by faith that I belong to Christ. That is why God say he looks at the heart. God look at the heart. You looking at this man because this man cussing and fighting back with you and answering you. But yet still at the end of the day, the person have a soft spot. Who's the most godly one? You tell me. You tell me, who's the most godly one? Stop judging people. Stop according to your standards. According to what the Bible said, they're going to be surprises in heaven. You know why they're going to be surprises in heaven? Because we as human beings, we thinking that X ain't going to make it because X is party and carry on and all of that. T ain't going to make it, but you going to make it. Right? According to God say, in heaven, who going to make it in surprises to all who believe. But you don't know that person's heart, what they're going and tell God. You don't know what they're doing. You don't know. You don't know. but you judging them. And probably that's the person God put in your life to be at your side when things don't go out. It doesn't mean because somebody rowing with you and answering you and ain't taking stupidness from you means that you gotta walk all over them because they're a child of God. You gotta take it. Like I saying, there's lots of instances in the story when God said he got angry. If he is a perfect God and he gets angry, what about us imperfect human beings? Oh, we shouldn't be angry. People should tell us and do us what they want. But we shouldn't be angry. Jesus, according to the scriptures, beat the people out of the temple. And that's assault. Because if you go and try that today, if you go into the temple and you see people in doing what you want and you beat them, the person go to the station and report you, you'll get jail in your ass, right? But accordingly, he beat them, and he was perfect, right? He committed no sin according to the word. To those who believe. But us imperfect human beings, we mistake things when you come shine things to us. You have the problem. You's not somebody's supposed to be around. Because even in all the fighting and thing, if you call that person the next morning and the person say, okay, lend a hand, you will extend a hand, you still gonna see it within you that that person is a very caring person. God put that person there in your life for a reason. God put that person in your life for a reason. It's not who you think. That's why you say the Lord surprises, because a lot of people who you think won't make it is going to be right there because you don't know deep down. Every time you take and you lend and give and listen to somebody, reach out to them. Sometimes even just listening to somebody, comforting them, it's a blessing you giving them, and you intend getting a blessing. Because he said it, once you extend your hand to somebody, the poor in time of need, he's gonna be there for you. He's lengthened your life. He's blessed you back with so much. Stop judging people because of the actions. Look at them action when you're in need for something. It's not easy for somebody just come and listen to your story and say something you don't even know if the person got to go into the savings or borrow it from somebody else to give to you. But you done telling yourself that they're not good because the attitude, how they're answering you and how they're talking and how they're going on. Huh? They say action speaks louder than words. Look at the simple act that they could say, look. That's why I used to keep my friends them around me. You know. That's why sometimes I would look at my sister differently. Sometimes I don't even worry with her, because she would just pop up just and say, Suku, what's going on? And because my youngest son father, my first child father, he died when my son was 7. I took somebody else. I got 2 kids. We didn't used to get along. And I can't deal with the stressing and rowing every day. Some problem is something. If you have an issue, let me talk about it and done. And I decided in my head I can't deal with this. Oops, we separate. And it wasn't easy, but for my own sake, I don't want to see my kids coming up and see me and a man rowing every day. Rowing for what? Some benders be very miserable. They get up. They can't see sand on the floor. They want to see crumbs on the bed. Okay, fine. Clean it up. I'm just giving examples. The food got to cook a certain way. The food got to cook with aji. I ain't come up eating no aji. I ain't know about that. If the food ain't got aji, he gone. You know? It's like a lot of different things. Some people can't live together. They can't deal with each other. So that's my 2 cents for today. And for me, auntie will keep telling the whole world that I come at you and you help me out. Continue. But just box your brains for see if I was never there for you too. You know? Like I said, it's not my place to come here and talk things. Y'all box y'all brains and see that this bad person, this so evil person, that can never make it with God according to y'all eyes. That is so bad. And it's so evil. Check it up and see. We all here on this earth to help each other. Whether we want to talk or post about it. And I'm the person, if I come and I ask you for help, you give me help and you go and talk. I don't give a damn. I don't get what I want. I don't get what I want. But think of it in me mind, I can think twice before coming to you again. But if God put that you, and let me tell you, in life, it is always have somebody that's gonna help you out and somebody's not gonna help you out. That's the scenario. You can always have a good friend and you can always have an evil friend that pretending to be good. So that's my 2 cents for today. Cherish the people in your lives that is there for you when you're in time of need. Sometimes you're in a situation, you're there at the station or something, you could call that person. Mm. Like I remember a time when my car needed towing and I called his friend. And this friend is not the best, but trust me, he gave me money to help my car to be towed. Not the best person, but I was always there, rewarding and showing kindness back. That's what you have to do. You're expecting that a person to be perfectly good and straight, and you could walk all over them and do them what you want, tell them what you want. People have feelings. People have feelings. So I wishing everybody a good day. Be kind to somebody. Be a source of comfort to somebody today. If somebody come and they're in great need and they say, hey, well, I can't say give it because you have to have a giving heart first. If you got a giving heart, you don't give them. You just listen to the story and say, go along your way and get some help, you know. But I'm just saying, like, if somebody come and they want to talk like a child, they want to talk, something's bothering them, just listen. Be a source of comfort to somebody today. You know, sometimes people need things they need to let out. All right. So happy Sabbath to all those celebrating keeping the Sabbath day. That's just my 2 cents for today. Care and treasure the people in your lives that is there for you in your time of need. Because needing something ain't easy, especially in a foreign country. You know, it's hard. Because here to see the trueness of people, see people you used to laugh and skin your teeth with back home. I would extend a hand to you when you're back home. Sorry for this. People, they change. They're not the same people. Mm? It's not the same. So if you got somebody that could help you out and keep it quiet, keep the lips together and then have to talk, oh God, I'm here and I give he this and I give she that and I give she children and I give the very nice. Because a lot of we don't want taking things from people and people got for broadcast. And if we feel like, well, that happened to me a lot. People gave me thing and cost me now kind of thing. But well, so y'all have a great day. Happy Sabbath again and enjoy your Saturday. Those of you who like doing good, keep doing good. Keep doing good. God is going to reward you tremendously. You know, don't worry what the people got to say. All right, bye.